Former Illinois police officer Drew Peterson first made headlines in 2007 when his fourth wife, Stacy, vanished. She's never been found, but her disappearance raised suspicions about the earlier death of Peterson's third wife, Kathleen.
Kathleen's body was exhumed and autopsied, and in 2009, Peterson was arrested for her murder. His trial is set to begin next week in Joliet, Illinois, and joining us from our Chicago bureau is Peterson's attorney, Joel Brodsky. Thank you for joining us this morning, Joel.
Good morning.
What's kept this from going to trial for so long?
Well, we were on appeal over whether or not certain hearsay statements would be allowed to go to the jury. We actually had to go to the Supreme Court of Illinois and back to the appellate court one time. And appellate courts take their time, and we were delayed almost 2 years.
And you lost that appeal. The hearsay ruling could potentially enter into evidence, more evidence regarding the disappearance of his fourth wife, Stacy. Does that concern you?
Well, we lost 1 out of 3 issues. We won 2, but the hearsay obviously is of some concern, but not all that great of concern. The statements, we whittled them down in pretrial motions because of the prior judge's finding of unreliability, that they really weren't reliable. So I think it's not going to be as devastating as a lot of people have been led to believe, that's for sure.
Joel, this has taken forever to get to this point. How involved has Drew Peterson been in preparing his own vigorous defense?
Oh, very involved. For example, in jury selection, we called Drew the ultimate jury consultant because he was a police officer in that area for 30 years, and he knew the neighborhoods, he knew the people. He was able to give us a lot of insight into socioeconomic and ethnic groups in the area where they lived and where they worked, and all these factors that jury consultants look at. And in his defense, obviously, we have a witness list that was given to us of over 200 potential witnesses. Drew was able to fill us in on the backstory on almost all of these witnesses, which was going to be of great assistance in cross-examining the witnesses.
And him there addressing the jury, we just saw it on the screen, that's not what you see every day. What was the thinking? What was the calculation behind doing that?
Well, I mean, obviously we wanted Drew to introduce himself to the jury, but he, probably went a little bit further than we would have liked. But it also shows, I think, that he's, he's not intimidated. He's not looking at his feet. He's there to participate in a process where eventually we believe his innocence is going to be established.
Okay, Joel Brodsky, thanks so much. The trial begins next week.